Everyone, so this is going to be my 7-week update, and this week I had got some stronger pregnancy symptoms. On Tuesday I had my ultrasound, and you guys can go watch that video and see the picture and all that, because that is actually, I made a separate video for the ultrasound because I couldn't wait to update. So anyways, but we had our ultrasound on Tuesday, and we had like a small doctor's appointment really, because the nurse practitioner that I went to see, she just was like wanting to just get us out of the office basically. I had an ultrasound scheduled for 8:30, and we didn't get our ultrasound until 9 o'clock, and then we had a 9:15 appointment, and I didn't get into the appointment until 9:30. So and then like the visit was only like 15 minutes long, and it was supposed to be like my first prenatal visit. And of course, as you guys know, like I went at 5, 6, and 7 weeks, and I got 3 ultrasounds. So anyways, it just seemed like, and I don't really like this nurse practitioner. I think she was the one that misdiagnosed me as far as like with PCOS and stuff, because I truly don't believe I have PCOS. But she was like pretty bent on that, you know, that was my diagnosis. And when I told her that I couldn't drink milk, she told me, oh, it's probably lactose intolerant. I'm not lactose intolerant. I can eat other dairy things. It's just like the milk fat is just, I'm so sensitive to it because I had my gallbladder out. So she told me to take just like Tums daily for the calcium. And so we went to Sam's today. I bought these, which this is their brand. It's not the actual Tums brand, which I wish I would have bought the Tums brand, because the Tums brand, you get, in 2 tablets you get 800 milligrams of calcium because it's the extra strength. I really hate that toy. But these were like, it was 2 of these. It was like 400 tablets for $6. So I was like, oh, that's cheaper than what the Tums is. But I have to take these twice a day instead of the other Tums, which the Tums brand I only had to take like once a day because it had 800. And so, but if I take these 2 of these twice a day, I get 1,200 milligrams of calcium, which that's what's recommended. Somewhere I read in my What to Expect book, I think it was, that's what's recommended for pregnant women. And so really I'm concentrating on trying to get a lot of calcium, just because I can't drink milk, and with Ella I drink like 3 and 4 glasses of milk with her, and now I just can't do that. And then like I'm trying to get all the daily recommendations of like each thing, like vegetables and fruits and meats and stuff like that. With Ella I couldn't stand meat, but with this one, that's all I want is like meat and salty foods and things like that. With Ella it was like dairy products and fruits, and I still try to eat fruits. So I'll have like a glass of like fruit juice or something like that, like apple juice, like the Simply Apple, which is like real fruit juice. It's not like in concentrate. I'll have like an 8-ounce glass of that in the morning, and then I'll have they make these really big tall, I think it's called Del Monte, and it's in the refrigerated section at the grocery store, and they're like $1.35 a cup, but they do provide 2 servings of fruit a day. So I get my 3 servings of fruit there, and then some, like most of the time I'll have like some kind of vegetable or something with like lunch or dinner. And then for my calcium I usually have like cheese as snacks with the little cheese cubes or whatnot. But they say like you can only absorb so much calcium in one meal, so it's better that you spread it out throughout the day. And that's probably why they want you to take this twice a day, so that you can get 600 at one time and then 600 at another time. But from what I've read, you cannot absorb 500. You can only absorb 500 at one time. So, Ella, shh. It's my voice, baby, okay? So anyways, she tends to get really loud and squeal and whatnot. So, I also have like cottage cheese, yogurt, stuff like that. I like the cottage cheese with the fruit on the side, because I can't just eat cottage cheese. It makes me sick just to think about eating plain cottage cheese. So anyways, but that's how I get my calcium, or try to get my calcium, instead of, shh. instead of drinking milk. And the dogs look at me like I'm crazy talking to myself. So anyways, and then as far as like symptoms go, I had one really bad nausea issue like on Tuesday, like right after my ultrasound. I got really nauseous. I started sweating. I got pale. And this all happened at work. I had to run out of the patient's room like twice. They thought I had the flu, which was really great, you know. And so then they wouldn't get near me all day because they thought I had the stomach flu. And somebody even asked me if I needed to go home. And I'm like, no, it'll pass. It'll pass. Because like 10 minutes later, I was sitting there eating. And they're like, oh, wow, you know. They just, I don't know. I think they suspect something, but they don't say anything. Shh, baby. Yes, baby. Yes, I hear you. You kissing Chloe. And then the other thing I started having was heartburn, which I didn't have heartburn with Ella until the baby. You can't have any of those. Can't have any of this, baby. Those are not for Ella. Not for Ella, baby. Now I can't even remember what I was talking about because of Ella. Anyways, heartburn. I didn't have heartburn with Ella until like the very, very end, but I started getting heartburn with this one at like 7 weeks, and I've had like other symptoms that I have not really experienced, or, you know, I haven't really had any food aversions like I did with Ella. I have more or less, I will eat anything, and I'm hungry all the time still. And so with Ella, I had no appetite at all, and I didn't want to eat because I was so sick. I was just nauseous. I didn't ever throw up or anything like that. So, anyways, I think that's really about it as far as like symptoms go. Like, my boobs are sore, but I think I was telling you guys this last week that they're not as sore as like what they were with Ella. And I was reading somewhere in my book that I got from the doctor's office that with the second time around that your boobs might not get as big and might not be as tender. So mine are definitely not as tender, and they're not as big either. Like, they're kind of big, but not like what happened with Ella. And they say like you may if you breastfed, like you may leak early. And I think when I was like 5 weeks, I had a little bit of leakage, but I haven't had any of that since. So anyways, I think that's really about it for this week. We haven't like bought anything for the baby. We don't plan on buying anything for the baby probably until, I don't know, probably till we know what it is. And we'll probably get some gender neutral things, and maybe some things like, people have asked us like what we want for Christmas, and I'm kind of like, you know, just get stuff for the baby that's like gender neutral, or stuff that we need. Like, we wanted a new monitor. We really don't need a whole lot because we just kept everything from Ella, and so we're not gonna like really go out and buy a whole lot. And I'm kind of torn between whether I should get a double stroller or not. I mean, I know Ray talks about double strollers and decisions about, you know, what kind to get and whatnot, but with Ella, like, she just doesn't like the stroller, and I think I mentioned this last week, so I'm kind of torn between buying one or not. And of course, we're trying to get her potty trained before this one comes along, and she's just kind of being resistant right now. She doesn't really want a potty train, so we shall see. Though we have till July. She doesn't wear diapers anymore. We bought some huge box of like 90 pull-ups for $28, I think, today at Sam's. So anyways, but I hadn't figured out why I wasn't getting nauseous as much like this past week, because all day at work I would just snack and eat on everything, because we had like this little like appreciation day like type thing where manager and a couple other people like brought in some stuff for like nurses appreciation, like staff or whatever appreciation, and so they had like bakoodles of food, and so I would eat all day, and like that, it was from like Wednesday until like yesterday, which was Friday. And so today I didn't eat as much, and this evening like I was just really, really nauseous. And the other thing is I'm really tired too, and we were supposed to put our Christmas tree up tonight, and I just didn't feel like it. So I kind of didn't even feel like making this video. Chloe. Oh, and then we asked Ella today what she thought the baby was. And I said, is the baby a boy or a girl? And she said, it's a boy. And so, anyways, but we shall see if her predictions are correct. I really don't know what it is. I mean, the heart rates were totally different. Like, hers was 174, and this one was 146. So, we shall see. But as long as it's healthy, we don't really care, like, what the gender is. Because there's pros and cons to each, and I can just imagine, like, we had another girl, like, bunk beds and stuff like that. And we would have to paint, we would only have to paint one room instead of two. Because we've planned on moving Ella to the other room, because she's happy over there anyways, because she likes the TV in there. So, we plan on moving her in that room, and then moving the baby into her room, which I hope she doesn't get upset about that. If she does, well. Anyways, that is it, and if you guys have any questions for me, leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching.